All right, guys, what is up? Let's get this live popping. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are making some money in the market. I am the Opalist. How you doing? Manic, how you doing? All right, guys. So feels like a bit since we did a live. Every time the weekend's done, I also had to do go to a doctor's appointment in the morning. But nonetheless, we are here. We're going to get back to our regular live schedule this week. Same thing applies, London, New York, and Tokyo. I'm going to post a schedule again just so everyone knows. Yeah, so Bitcoin is kind of ranging into Tokyo, kind of revisiting the New York high again. We can see we broke this little uptrend right here. We can see we're overbought. We can see we're in a downtrend. We had a little bit of a fake out right here. So if you line up your 2 points to right here, that is a breakout, but now you're going to have to draw your breakout right there. I will say, guys, I am feeling 100,000% better. My voice is better. I feel like I had no voice for the past 2 weeks. It has been absolutely wild. Mini Moog, how you doing? I'm pretty much beating a dead horse here, guys, but I'm pretty sure everybody is tired of trading crypto, looking at crypto, trading crypto. Right? Crypto is just the most boring topic ever right now in the market. Actually, trading is pretty much, we're in a trading winter, right? Not too much is happening right now in the market. Of course, you got Bitcoin pumping, and then you got Bitcoin dropping, and then you got a little bit of a pump, and then you're going to do something like that. But what we kind of want to look at right here is we want to look at Bitcoin as a whole. We can see we broke the trend here on Bitcoin, guys, at around Hypervid. How you doing? Hope everyone's doing great, guys. Let's lock in for this live, all right? I feel like it's been a couple of days since we did a live. So basically right here, we've got a downtrend. We've got a break of trend. So we already broke the trend right here. What's up, Ben? How you doing, Tony Gold? Let's get back into this, guys. The weekend is officially over. We'll get back to the New York sessions in the morning this week, starting tomorrow. I had a doctor's appointment for the new people just joining or the people joining. Let's smash up that like button, guys, because I'm going to go over a lot of trade setups if I think there's a trade setup and stuff like that. So we can see Bitcoin broke trend here. Kind of broke out, is ranging. Now you're at the top of the downtrend. Ideally, you can see we're overbought at the resistance right here. We do have a smaller trend here too. So Steven, how you doing? Yo, Spazio, how we doing? Thank you for coming on the live, guys. But you can see Bitcoin is kind of in an uptrend. You did bounce off of the uptrend right here. So you do have a pivot point where you bounced right here. Boom. But you're at resistance. So this is kind of 3-point resistance right here that you're facing. And now you're kind of looking at Tokyo ranging. We are moving up on the 4-hour, but we are overbought. And we did break the uptrend on the 1-hour. All I see Bitcoin really doing for Tokyo is ranging. Now we are going up on our 18-hour here. And our daily's kind of dropping, but just hanging around. So I'm going to kind of go back to what I said before. I don't see us dropping per se, more ranging than anything. I don't see a for sure drop until we break or until we're overbought. So you can see the downtrend right here, consistent downtrend. We're still moving up on the 3-day time frame. We're still in that range on the 3-day time frame. And you can kind of see that right here. And then you can see we're hitting resistance. So the other thing you want to look at too, guys, is on the 4-hour, we have a little bit of a channel. If Bitcoin breaks out, it is what it is. But I don't see Bitcoin breaking out until it does touch the bottom, because you have a point here, you have a point here. You broke the trend. Typically, you're going to hit the top, and then you're going to hit the bottom. So the target that I'm looking for on Bitcoin is going to be around 64.5 at the moment. It was around 64. 64.5 is going to be my next target, as long as we remain below this conversion line. Okay? If we're good below the conversion line, Bitcoin could do really whatever it wants up until about 69.6. And then I would expect it to roll over. 69.6 would be my highest of the top. Pirate Genetics, how you doing? And then I'd be expecting it to roll over, because we did hit the top of the downtrend. And you're at the top of the downtrend on the 15-minute. You can see it hitting once, didn't break out. You could see it hitting twice. It did not break out. And now you can see it hitting pretty much 3 times, right? 3 times is what we're looking at here. You can even see on our other indicators we are in a downtrend. So that would mean that this is a short for me anywhere in this area right here. My stop loss would be pretty simple. It would probably be above, it would probably be at 70K, honestly. 70K is where my stop loss would most likely be. And we could kind of see that we are just ranging right here. So Tokyo is usually a ranging session, guys, and that is what is happening at the current moment. We bounced off that little high, that uptrend right there. Now we're looking to break it. If we do break it, we come all the way down to about 64.7, okay? And maybe even a bit lower, but let's first talk about 64.7. Slack, how you doing? Appreciate you for coming alive. So what we're going to do is we're even going to take a Fibonacci here from here to here. And we can see that we are kind of ranging at the 618. If we go from here to here, that, well, yeah. So you're ranging at the 618 in the downtrend. All right. So hit that like button, guys. Let's run up the live. I appreciate you guys for joining. I hope everyone's staying good in this crypto market. It's very, very tough for me to be excited about crypto right now, guys. Very tough. But the reason being is because we're just choppy action right now. It would be more exciting if we just drop and continue the next leg, but that is not going to happen until we hit that top. All right. And you can also see here on the 4-hour, we have an extra hour added, and on the daily, because now daylight savings. So that is Bitcoin. I'm going to set an alert right here. And we are going to go look at a few large caps. I first want to start off by asking you guys if you're in any trades. At this point, large caps are large caps, guys, but at this point, I really want to go over everyone's trades. Not everyone's trades. Obviously, I can't go over everyone's, but I want to make these lives more interactive, because if not, they're just going to feel like work, and I am going to be falling asleep. Basically left crypto a month ago. It's the same old story every day, week, month, just doing prop firms now. Nice. Sinster Scalper, nice seeing you on the live. How's the prop firms going out? Funded accounts are the way to go. Have you cashed out any money? So on this live, guys, I'm going to get all the funded accounts you guys recommend, because I like the ones I'm using, but I want to use every funded account I possibly can. We're doing coaching. We're going to do a live funded account training this month sometime for everyone. And that is without signing up to our coaching or paid programs or whatever. We're going to do a live funded account training for you guys sometime this month. So make sure you guys are locked into the channel. I'm going to be changing up some things with how we do the YouTube, how we do. It's just the same old, exactly what Sinister Scalper was saying. Same old, same old. Bob, how you doing? P911. I assume that is a stock, because it's not crypto. Is it? Is it crypto? What is this? Porsche AG? I have no idea what Porsche AG is. I assume it's Porsche. Porsche stock. Running them up, had a learning curve first 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, so here's the thing with prop firms, guys. I learned something. Don't just read the rules, read the facts. Mini Moog, you want to sign up for the funded account? Don't worry, just bnbslimitless.com and you'll be able to sign up. It's pretty simple. Okay, P911. So let's take a look at it here. We like stocks, right? So I'm assuming it's Porsche, at Porsche stock. Daily's on a really big downtrend right now. Wow, this is crazy. Huge downtrend. Kind of did break out there, but if you lose support, here you come down to about 33. I would say 33 if you don't bounce off this area right here. It looks like this is about to come crashing down. Crashing down. So it looks like this is about to come crashing down, honestly. You've got every indicator showing that this is bearish, even bullish divergence that's being invalidated right here. Monthly is pointing down too. So this could go pretty low, 33, 30 bucks, a lot lower too. Technically, this should be the top of the downtrend. This should have been the bottom. So I would say 32 to 30 bucks maybe would be the bottom. $32 to $30 maybe would be the bottom on this one. Possibly, right? All right, let's look at Cam. How you doing? Nice seeing you on the live, fam. Guys, look at this cool thumbnail I made. Look at this cool thumbnail I made. This is pretty cool. Tokyo session thumbnail. So we pretty much approached resistance right here. And that's kind of what we're waiting for. Am I in a BTC long or did I abandon ship? No, I'm in a short. I'm only in shorts in this market at the moment. I am in a short, and we'll see what happens here. It looks like it's going to play out and come down here about 64K, right? If it breaks out, then we'll reevaluate the trade. But as of right now, Bitcoin is in a downtrend. Okay, why not? Let's look at some USDT Tether DOM here. So Tether is in an uptrend, but has not broken out. I mean, has not broken down, is dropping on the daily. I mean, 4 hours oversold now. Okay, so you've got that correlation. You can see the 4 hours oversold on Tether DOM, and you can see the 4 hours overbought on Bitcoin. So you do have correlation there. You kind of are hitting resistance here on Tether DOM. Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't. Let's run up this live tonight. Let's look for some good setups for possibly for a short. And let's look for some good setups for possibly for a long. We'll look at both scenarios here. I do want to look at my liquidity gaps here on Bitcoin and kind of see what, okay, so 70,005 would be that next liquidity gap if we break out. So what I want to start doing, guys, is I know this is a completely different market. And I am more bored than bored can be. I like doing the lives. They're good. They're fun. I make you guys money, whatever. But I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start doing little setups for the day of little cameos. So what I mean is I get on a short and I say, hey, this is a trade from XYZ to this time. And if somebody catches it, they catch it. So for example, Tokyo session, we find a Bitcoin short. All right, guys, Beast Limitless here, whatever. We're looking at this setup, a 64.5 short. If it breaks that, it is breaking out to 70,005 to 70,007. Your time window is about 24 hours, all right? Because there is not a lot of things that we can do in this market right now other than a range. And the thing about a ranging market is things take slower to play out, all right? A lot slower to play out. So make sure you guys are in beastlimitless.com, guys, because I'm going to be changing how I do the setups, and I'm going to be doing more trade setups, but it's going to be based on a time frame. Because at the moment, until we're actually in a trending market, then it doesn't really matter, right? Okay, I do want to look at my couple large caps here, some mid caps and stuff like that, guys, like Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Wow, look at that fake out on Doge. Another fake out. Another fake out. So we hit the top of the downtrend here on Doge. Doge could pretty much trickle over to about 8 cents if this is going to play the downtrend. You had resistance here, resistance here. Let's go look at our We have liquidity gaps on here on Doge. We dropped all the way down to 8.6, and now we came back up. Not really much happening. Not much really happening on Dogecoin, guys. But the 4 hours completely overbought. So I would keep an eye on Dogecoin because it would be a good short. Maybe there's a lot of range, but I'd keep an eye on it. I would definitely keep an eye on it, especially if we get a MACD cross on Doge. All right, guys, hit that like button. Let's run up that live. Let's get it trending for the big drop that is hopefully going to come. Is anyone else on any trade setups, guys, in the market right now? Let's take a look at gold. Oh, look, gold broke out. Gold finally broke out. So well, this is actually a lower time frame, but yeah, gold actually broke out here. It is in a bit of a, well, it is in an uptrend and a downtrend. So if you guys are trading gold, I could see gold pumping all the way to the top here around 5,400 again, off this breakout right here. Daily's completely overbought in gold, and you actually have a bit of a cup and handle on gold. So we can see a cup and handle right here. EK, how you doing? Nice seeing you. That's a possibility, but what we need to do is we need to get to this resistance right here, about $5,300 on gold. So I'm going over gold because I know, guys, a lot of people like trading gold, right? And Bitcoin is just ranging and ranging and ranging. Tokyo does not like to typically do anything with the market. New York is when you got to be super cautious, and London, well, London is fun. My voice is a lot better. I needed to take a break. I went to the doctor this morning, but I need to take a break, guys. I am back. We're good to go. It'll be nice seeing everybody here on the live. We're going to try to do a bit of longer lives, but I can't really. It's hard to do longer lives, guys, when the market is doing nothing. It is like talking to myself for 2 hours, right? So we'll see what happens here. I will take a look at Ethereum for you guys. Same thing. ETH is not really doing anything too. ETH moved a bit. We're kind of in a head and shoulder. We're actually in a head and shoulder on Bitcoin too. So the difference here with Ethereum versus Bitcoin is Ethereum did form a higher low, right? Higher low, a little bit of an uptrend. But Ethereum did not get to the resistance of the conversion line. And the resistance to the conversion line is right here around 20. Vintage, how you doing? I'm in a Bitcoin long from 68.6. 68 is not bad. We are in a downtrend, but we are still ranging. So we are in a downtrend on Ethereum. We are in a downtrend on Bitcoin. It is the eye of a hurricane coming, yeah. And you guys could kind of see right here that Ethereum is same thing. Like it's the same song and dance here. We're in that downtrend. We possibly come down to about around here on ETH. ETH actually might break out because we did form a higher low. But at the same point in time, the 4 hours completely overbought at that resistance there. The other thing I want to point out, guys, is we do have a 3-day tweezer reversal on Bitcoin. Now, that might mean nothing, or it could mean something. So basically right here, you can see we had a tweezer reversal at that liquidity fair value gap. Now we did have a liquidity spring right here, which shows that there's a lot of buys right here. But nonetheless, this is still a tweezer reversal. And you can see that the 3 days is moving up. So again, guys, that 3 day is very, 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 very crucial. Okay. If that 3 day hits the top, you could pretty much guarantee the market is going to not become overbought, but the market's going to be pretty tapped out, right? All right. So we've got a 1 hour time frame here. We got a MACD kind of crossing down, but now crossing back up. The 15-minute is staying overbought. If you guys are new to the live, I appreciate you. You want me to check out XAG Silver? Silver is also breaking out here in a rounded bottom. I wonder if Bitcoin is going to follow suit with the breakout on silver and gold. It does look like Bitcoin's trying to push up and break out, so we'll have to see. All right, so we've got 95.9 on silver. If I'm looking at silver right here, we're probably going to, as long as we break out of this area right here, I can see silver going up. We have a bit of a downtrend right here. So we would have to break out of this previous resistance. Silver is completely overbought though. So you got to keep in mind, we're most likely going to pump to about 91. Will it break out? Let's see if this 4 hour broke out. Yeah, so the 4 hour is definitely breaking out on XAG, which is silver. You look at Bitcoin here, see what's happening. Okay, so 5 minute oversold. Trying to push up. Yeah, you're just really in a range. This market is in a range in Tokyo. Nothing is really happening. Like you're pumping a bit, you're dropping a bit, you're pumping a bit, you're dropping a bit. Keeping it real. Nice seeing you on the live, fam. How are you doing? Silver is not looking too bad, though, for sure. All right, let's look at Solana. Let's look at Sol here. So Solana did break out. So we can see Solana breaking out here. Or wait, did it? Maybe not. Yeah, it did. So Solana definitely did break out. We have a huge rounded bottom on Sol. Huge rounded bottom. And now you can see that Sol is in a bit of a range. So we had some bearish dive here. We came down. I believe our 4-hour broke out. 18 hours moving up. 18-hour broke out. So you might get a bit of a recovery here on Solana. Being that you did broke out, you're kind of going sideways at the moment. But the daily is oversold here too. So you're kind of in a bit of a bearish consolidation after the breakout, which is normally in a downtrend. You're going to do something like this, and then drop. But yeah, Bitcoin's definitely moving, guys. So we'll see if we get a little bit of a breakout here. It's fine to short here because it is a downtrend. Let me actually redraw my... Let me redraw my resistance here because, yeah, we have some resistance right here. I would even say Bitcoin could push up to there, which is 69.55. Because you're kind of lining up with that top wick with the downtrend right here. You do have some bearish dive. You're definitely going to have bearish divergence if Bitcoin pushes up to here. You're for sure going to have some bearish dive. And then we got a smaller term channel. Right here, which you're bouncing off of. So, yeah, Bitcoin's definitely pushing up after consolidating here for a bit. But you're definitely going to have some bearish dive because that 5-minute already hit the top. That 15-minute is overbought. So you're pretty much waiting for this 1-hour candle to close and see if we get a pump or if we get a reversal at around 69.5-ish. But I think we did break. Wait. I think we did. Yeah, so we broke the uptrend here into New York. We broke the uptrend here. So really all we're doing is kind of ranging at this resistance over and over and over. Keeping it real, thinking of getting into Trump soon. Let's see what Trump is doing. Wow, Trump dropped a lot. 285. So here's the thing with Trump. We had this big macro pump to about whatever it was. No, that's not the right. I'm just going to go to Trump USDT. Yeah. So if you're looking at TRUMP, you're basically looking at this breaking support. Right here. And you're looking for Trump to trickle down, probably chase this wick at about $1.56. I don't necessarily see Trump going up because it is breaking major support. All right, so Bitcoin closes an hourly candle here in about 1 minute. Thank you for everybody coming on to the live, guys. I appreciate you guys for joining. So now we got some bearish divergence on Bitcoin here. See what else we got. How about hype? Hype is just unreal, guys. Unreal. Look at hype. Anytime hype breaks out or is in a little bit of a rounded bottom or anything like that, hype goes absolutely parabolic. Not parabolic, but look, you broke here. Should have came down and tested here, but now you're ranging on hype. But yeah, you could pretty much see every single time hype is ready to go. Hype is absolutely dialed in, ready to go. Now hype is very overbought on the 4 hour, like very overbought. This would have been a good short on hype right here at 35. Hype just hit that liquidity block right here too. And hype is completely oversold in the 15 minutes. So I wouldn't try to short that until it's overbought. But yeah, hype is looking like it is definitely about to come down after a pump. It is in an uptrend though. So if you look at hype right here, you can see that it's pretty much in a little bit of an uptrend. It is in a rising pattern though. So after hype breaks out of this, after the 15 minutes overbought, it's going to drop. Yeah, Bitcoin's kind of going up on that 1 hour. You have that bearish dive, so I think we push up to about 69.6, possibly. That would be my area off this bearish divergence. Maybe we even drop here. All right, what else do we got? We looked at Pole the other day. I know Pole dropped quite a bit, or did drop, and now we're just really ranging. But if you guys look at Pole actually broke the uptrend. Pole broke the uptrend, kind of just ranging here. You should expect it to drop all the way down to here. Maybe not in the Tokyo session. But if we do break this little uptrend here, you may get a drop on Pole. And I would keep an eye on it, guys, because there should be a big drop coming on this one eventually. CJDV, how you doing? Enzo, how you doing? Nice seeing you on the live, fam. Nice seeing you on the live. CJDV, how you doing? Is everybody bored of crypto, guys? Or are you guys hyped up about crypto? People making money on crypto still? Of course, everyone's making money. That is how crypto is. Everybody makes money on crypto no matter what. But for the talk of the town, every single coin we look at is just chop sideways action. I will be very excited when the drop happens, and it is coming up. The 3 days coming up, guys, there's going to be a drop. That 3 days is almost very, very overbought. All we've done is ranged from 59K to 70K and haven't really done anything. Same thing with ADA. Nothing is happening with Cardano. 4 hours overbought, 15 minutes overbought, 5 minute. Yeah. Chop, chop, chop. What do we got going on here on the Gecko? CoinGecko. Is anything fun happening here on CoinGecko? Sui pumped a bit. ZEC pumped. We already looked at Hype. Zcash, I believe, is trying to pump off some bullish. Yeah, some bullish divergence here with Zcash coming up. Yeah, Zcash isn't looking too bad. Zcash is looking pretty good, guys, actually. It did hit the bottom of the downtrend here, too, at about 188. So maybe we get a move here on Zcash, possibly. Well, it looks like Zcash is for sure going to pump up to about 252. Four hours completely overbought. But I believe it did break out. Yeah, Zcash definitely broke out. This could definitely pump a lot, providing we break out of right here. If we look at we about to drop on Bitcoin, possibly. We hit the top of the downtrend, so I am looking at a drop. MH17, how you doing? Thank you for coming on the live. CJDV, am I in a Bitcoin trade? Yes, I am. I'm in a Bitcoin short at the moment. I am in a Bitcoin short. I don't know how confident I am in it. I'll say that, which is why I haven't mentioned to get into a Bitcoin short at the moment. But I am in a Bitcoin short. So we might get a little pump here, guys, for a little scalp trade to about 230 on Zcash, possibility. And at this point, any little move in the market is a big move. Yeah, so I'm in a short, guys, but I want this 1 hour to become overbought again. You can see there's bearish dive right here. Our next target on Bitcoin is around 64. That is the next target. The other thing here too is you want to keep in mind, guys, typically when we hit the top of the RSI, we're going to have a little bit of a retrace, and then normally we got to come and hit the bottom. So here you can see Bitcoin didn't really drop until we hit the top of the RSI. Now you can see that Bitcoin hasn't hit the bottom of the RSI, and Bitcoin is looking like it wants to drop. Drop, drop, drop. How would I scalp ZEC? Probably to about 232. But again, it's tough because it's overbought. I don't know. It already broke out. The only thing is ZEC is in the middle. If I was going to get into ZEC, it would have been right here about 195. So I'd be going super low leverage if I am going to do that, right? Hit that like button, guys. Let's run up the live. How are we looking on Doge? Dogecoin. How are we looking on Doge? Nothing. Nothing is happening on Doge. So here's my next question. If nothing is happening on altcoins, how about total free? We know Bitcoin's kind of bullish-esque a bit. Total 3 also did break out. So the question is this a fake out or is this legit? Well, the 1 hour is completely oversold. The 4 hours overbought with the golden cross approaching here. Daily, though, the daily is not looking good because the daily's kind of hanging there. So this is one thing. When you have a breakout in the market and you have the daily candle just ranging like this, you're looking at a big drop normally, even though we broke out. You can see there's a breakout right here, 100%. Now we're just looking at essentially looking at a range. So you broke out, but you're not exploding. You're not necessarily pumping to the moon right now, right? And you can kind of see that in crypto, in total 3, which is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now you go to the total crypto market cap, and you can see that we are still in the downtrend on the total crypto market cap. So total 3 broke out, couple of altcoins did break out, but the total crypto market cap did not break out. And you're kind of seeing this right now. You're seeing the correlation, right? We need the total crypto market cap to break out. And I don't think it is going to break out until we touch the bottom of this 4-hour trend. If we touch the bottom of this 4-hour trend, we're golden. But yeah, we've got some bearish divergence right here in the range, guys. This 15-minute candle is just hanging out here. 5 minutes just hanging out. 1 hour. Not too much there either. All right, let's check. Let's check right here what is happening on some good crypto projects. Nothing. What's this Jelly coin doing? I know when Jelly moves, it moves. Had a little bit of a pump and dump here. I would not touch this coin with a 10-foot pole, but that would have been a real nice move, honestly, from 6 all the way to 9. This Jelly coin looks like it might wants to do something. IXCO, how you doing? Okay, so we got a 1 hour and 44 minutes left in this candle, guys. So again, you got to look at this resistance right here on Bitcoin. This conversion line is key resistance. Bitcoin could hang out here until the conversion line is broken, and then it will break out. If it doesn't break out, it is going to be... It is going to range until London. We might see a bit of a drop into London because, again, you're overbought in that 15-minute. But this 1 hour is moving up now, and you're kind of just hanging out there. 5 minutes trying to push up as well, too, but you got that bearish dive. So the market is really flat. When I say flat, it is flat. Let's look at what else we have here going on. So Sui was actually trending a bit. Will London want to get in on the pump? Well, the thing is, we're in a downtrend, right? So there's a possibility London manipulates and actually pumps above and manipulates it, right? White, how you doing? Sui broke the uptrend, which would normally be a good short. Normally. This would be a pretty good short to take if we're overbought, if the 15 minutes is overbought. White, how you doing? Cam, let's go. Yeah, Sui's looking pretty good, guys. You're overbought in the 4 hour. You're just waiting for that. This would have been a good short up here, though, because you hit that resistance here around 99. Honestly, at the moment, there's no trade setups. Like, ZEC is maybe moving a bit, but I don't even recommend trading unless I'm shorting Bitcoin. There's just nothing happening right now. Sui would be a really, really good short if it remains, if it is overbought in the 15-minute time frame. Let's see. It would have to break 92 down to about 89. That would be a good scalp, but I'd probably leave it, wait till it's overbought in the 15, and then look for a short. ZEC, yes. So we talked about ZEC earlier, and it's kind of the same song and dance again here on ZEC, but again, 4 hours moving up. $18 is looking decently good. Yeah, I would say ZEC could push up to here, pretty much 226, 230. And you could kind of see ZEC pumping a bit. 225 to 230. Steven, have I looked at XRP or Ondo? No, I haven't. Let's take a look at XRP. I completely forgot about it. So XRP broke out kind of following that rounded bottom breakout on total 3. So I could potentially see XRP hitting the top here. Tim, how you doing, brother? Nice seeing you on the live. Yeah, XRP looks like it could push up to 147, but again, you're in that range. It's really tough to recommend any of these trades right now because you're in this range, and until it hits the top, I wouldn't even trade it. I don't know if I would long it because it's completely overbought in the 4 hour. You did break out, but the thing is, Bitcoin is not breaking out of the downtrend, which is good if you're shorting. And you can see if Bitcoin broke out, longing would be fine. But the reason a lot of altcoins are flat at the moment, guys, is because Bitcoin has not broken out. So that would be why. Let's look at TRX. It's a large cap, right? TRX had a nice little pump here. TRX could be a good short, but again, I just don't recommend longing all. Yeah, this would be a not bad short, honestly. TRX is a very slow mover. 1 hour is overbought. 15 is very overbought. TRX actually broke trend. So for once, I would be recommending Tron. And honestly, if it breaks back above here, just get out. Like, don't mess with it, right? Michael, ZEC. I did look at ZEC a couple times, but I'll look at it again for you since nothing is really moving. So I'm potentially seeing Zcash pump to around I would say about 227. I would say about 227, 230. It's pretty much written in the cards here. You can kind of see it. Yeah, 227, 230 in that area. You did break out on ZEC initially, and you do have that bullish divergence here, which honestly could pump ZEC to around 295-ish in that region. Thank you guys all for coming on the live. I know I've been sick like a lot lately, so I just want to make sure every single person knows what is happening, guys. We do a London live on Sunday typically at 1 a.m. CST, 8:30 to 8:30-ish Monday, Wednesday for Tokyo, and Tuesday and Thursday, London at 1, and every single day, 9 to 9:30, New York session. So make sure you guys put that in your calendar. I'm feeling a lot better. We're going to get back to the consistent live schedule we have been in, and then it has been rudely interrupted by me having no voice. And obviously, you guys know I cannot do a live with no voice. It's impossible. So make sure you guys lock in for that. I'm probably going to send out an email to everybody, just making sure everybody knows the schedule. That being said, if you're not in beastlimitless.com, join it. CJDV put it up there. It's completely free. That being said, I know ZEC looks good, but we are still in a really, really big downtrend here. So keep that in mind. All right. Moy says, how you doing? Thanks, Josh. Can you take a look at Fala? Yeah, we looked at Fala a while ago with you, and I know it pumped. So Fala would have been actually a good short. What leverage am I using on my Bitcoin short? I'm using 20. I'm using 20. Fala would have been a good short right here. It had a little pump. Although it is oversold, you do have a death cross coming up on the 800 SMA. Sorry, guys. I'm going to turn off my phone. This is getting ridiculous. Silence. So it does look like Fala is going to drop here. But you did bounce off that 4 hours. So you actually bounced off that 4 hour. So I'd be very, very, very cautious shorting Fala. It would need to break this area right here. I wouldn't be longing it because it did break the uptrend. I would say it's probably going to come back down to 2. The thing is, I wouldn't be touching it until it's overbought in the 1 hour. These low caps are crazy. Even though they break the downtrend, out of nowhere you have a God candle, and then it comes back down, right? So Bitcoin is really, really trying, guys, really trying to push up. Now you have that bearish. Now you have that bearish divergence I was talking about. There's that bearish divergence on Bitcoin. So we keep hitting this peak of resistance right here, but now we're moving up. So it looks like we might have a breakout, possibly. I don't know if we break out into Tokyo though. I don't see it happening, but it could. Well, there we go. We pumped it to the top. Okay, we might break out. We'll have to see. Or we're going to go manipulate right here. So now Tokyo is going to try to manipulate with that bearish dive. Let me go look at our liquidity gaps right here on Bitcoin. So this is why I'm not confident. I said 50-50, right? Like it's not. Algo. Okay. Hold on, guys. Just watching this trade here closely. See if we got the conversion line in the parallel channel. So here's our conversion line on the parallel channel. And this is really the key point right here, the peak point. So if you're looking at it, here's your conversion line. And now you're pretty much seeing Bitcoin's about to break out. Yeah, Tokyo's pumping Bitcoin. There we go. So if you're in a Bitcoin short, I would set your stop loss pretty tight here. Okay, Algorand. We'll look at Algorand here. On BTC, I'm targeting long till the 50 MA on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so you guys could see Bitcoin pretty much broke out there. Moving up on the 4 hour. The only thing is it going to fake out off this conversion line and manipulate, right? So you're definitely pumping to the top. You're trying to touch the top of that fair value gap, honestly. Probably going to get out of this Bitcoin short, honestly. That is a big pump. That is a real big pump on Bitcoin. All right, Algo. Let's go take a look at Algorand. CJDV head and shoulders now? Yeah, for sure. There is a head and shoulders here on Bitcoin right here. So are we going for that head and shoulders, or are we going to continue up? All right, I'll go look at Algo here. So Algorand's not looking too bad. Kind of just ranging. You are bouncing off that low right there. And you're looking at Algorand pumping to, I would say, around 9.3-ish in that region. Yeah, I would say about 9.3, 8.8 or 9.3, 8.8 at the resistance and the 9.3 at the top. Just trying to figure out this Bitcoin trade. We have a little bit of a pump. We're trying to finish out this 15-minute candle. But it looks to me that Asia probably is going to manipulate. You did break out, though, for sure. So you did break out the downtrend. And you do have a head and shoulders here on Bitcoin, too. Pretty much right there. All right, guys, hit that like button. So pretty much you guys could see Bitcoin is trying to break out. Like I would say, let me look. I don't know, literally right there. That would be the resistance at this point. Like there was resistance earlier, but now we pretty much have resistance right here, and Bitcoin's trying to hit the top. That would be this would be the last key resistance on Bitcoin before for sure breakout. And then you're pretty much going to pump maybe up to about 74K. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I'm going to go check up. I'm going to go figure out this market and see if I want to get out of my trade, guys. This would be the top. Pretty much. I would only short it if it breaks this uptrend. At this point. So if you guys are looking for a short with Bitcoin, it would have to break this uptrend right here. If it doesn't break this uptrend, then I would probably be staying out of the trade. It is at resistance, and I do think that we're going to manipulate into Tokyo, pretty much pushing up that high. But we'll have to see what the 15-minute time frame does. All right, and that's pretty much what I got for you guys today with all the TA and stuff like that. Other than that, we'll see if Bitcoin breaks out of here. If it does, then we're going to have a pretty big pump. Although it does look like this could be manipulation, just taking out that New York high. Why now? I'm not sure. Because that New York high would be right here. I hope everyone has a great night, guys, and we will see you guys on the New York session tomorrow. New York session tomorrow will be about 9:30 a.m. CST.